Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
All right, welcome to What's on Tap podcast, and this is a very special episode because this is our 7th anniversary episode.
Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday to us. I think we can't sing anymore because then it's copyright.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we were so close to getting the podcast completely canceled for
Yeah. This episode might get taken down from YouTube because of the introduction there.
Oh, man.
Although I think you can do free content for like the first 30 seconds or something.
Sweet.
and then they the copyright.
We're safe.
In. Yeah. So congratulations on being on the show for, was it 4 years now?
That might be true.
I think so.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we're also joined by a very special person, our new third chair, Pontus. Welcome.
Hello, guys, and thank you and congratulations.
Thanks. It's usually we're I think the last at least 2 years we've recorded at Zwanza events, but this year we decided to do something different. As everyone knows, the 6th year anniversary is sugar or candy as the traditional gift. We missed that. So I thought, well, what is the traditional gift for 7th year? And it is brass. And I was like, well, that doesn't really work with beer very well. No. So instead, we're going to just assume that candy is also still acceptable. So we decided we would do a candy and beer pairing. And we have, 10 different types of candy to choose from, and 4 different types of beer. So it'll be fun to kind of go through, try some different types, and just kind of talk about what we think about this.
Cool.
Yeah, I can see we have 2 candies that represent your age, I guess, also. The ones in the paper were...
Werther's Original.
Hey man, don't knock it, it's delicious.
I know, I love it, but it's old people candy. Because I remember when I was younger, my grandparents always used to have like at least 1 or 2 packages of Werther's in the car on longer
Well,
car
this
rides.
isn't
This
the
has
hard...
always been true. This is grandparents for all eternity.
Yeah.
This is not like one generation over the other.
No, I know.
And these aren't the traditional like hard candies. These are the
That is
soft,
true.
chewy kind.
Oh.
Both are delicious, and both I love very much.
Yes.
Yeah, so what we have is some gummy type candies, kind of traditional, very much like a Swedish fish kind of. We have something that's coated in like a sour powder, like a Sour Patch Kid kind of. Some jelly beans, something yellowish that looks like a banana but tastes like, I don't know what the fuck it is.
They're supposed to be bananas.
It is not.
No, they don't taste like
No,
bananas.
they're supposed to be bananas. It's like this candy banana flavor.
It's not. It's unlike any candy banana flavor I've ever had in that it tastes nothing like a candy banana.
Well, let's put people who created it back in, I think it was 70s or 80s, what they thought bananas tasted like before they had tasted a banana.
Well, maybe that might be the sweetest version, because there is. So if you do try banana candies, they do taste like bananas, but they taste like a banana from the 1930s, which is a type of banana that was completely wiped out by blight. And so now all bananas are basically a clone of one type of banana, which is the Cavendish. And if there's ever another blight that comes through, it would kill every banana on earth.
Yeah.
Then my life would end because everybody knows banana is the best thing in the world.
Well, the good news is they're working on other types of bananas to replace the Cavendish that ever happened.
Bananas.
Because the banana that was there before, it died from a fungal plague or something.
Yeah, I know.
And then the Cavendish was resistant to that, but it has other problems. So,
But then we have 2 types of licorice.
Yep, we have a traditional licorice and we have a salty licorice, which is not very salty even by my standards, who can't stand salty licorice. So if I can eat it, it's not very salty.
Exactly.
Then we have something called Center. In the U.S., it'd be called Rolo, which is a chocolate drop with caramel in the center. We have the traditional Werther's Original. We have these things called Fox, which are lemon chew. And then we have what I think is the greatest candy in all of Sweden called Polly, which I don't even know how to describe it. It's some sort of chocolate-covered nougaty marshmallow thing, but the more you chew on it, the chewier it becomes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bizarre...
Marshmallow fudge.
Yeah, but I think I read
There's-
on the package, it was an English package, so today, they actually said taste for chocolate, arak, and vanilla, I think.
Well, it's 3 different flavors in each thing to poly. There's traditional milk chocolate. I think this one is the chocolate and dark chocolate, and I think there might be another kind in there. But it tastes the most artificial, chemically flavor of any candy I've ever had. But yet, I just cannot quit eating them. It's so delicious.
In Swedish, the center is called skumkulor, so foam balls.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It actually does.
Yeah. Okay. And the beers we had to try are a sour made by liquorice. We have a lager from Rimmelov. We have an IPA from Stigbaguettes, and we have just a base standard stout from Stigbaguettes as well.
I thought it was a coffee stout.
It is.
Is it a coffee? Oh, it is.
It's a hard that's
brewed from coffee from Per Nordby. All right, so it's coffee stout.
That was the beer I lost. The beer last time against Martin.
But it was one of the more generic stouts that they had that was actually halfway decent.
Yeah.
Because the stout selection at Systembolaget is not their strongest area. All right, guys. So what do you want to try first? What do you want to pair with the salt and sour?
I would say I think actually the fox would be a good thing.
Yeah?
Like some sweet lemon to the salt and sour.
Okay, well I think we should just try the salt and sour on its own first. Yeah, standard goza.
It has a little bit of a lemony flavor. It's almost the dishwash, like soap. But
Yeah.
Which means that also licorice could be a very good match.
Well, so here's the thing with this. Licorice, I think, goes with 3 of these beers, and I don't think it goes very well with 1 of these beers.
it won't go with the lager, right?
I don't think it'll go with the IPA.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
But salt and sour, organic. It's a crisp and refreshing organic goza brewed with salt and coriander.
So now I have the lemon chew in my mouth.
It actually boosts the lemon flavor from candy. It's like it tastes more like a lemon sour.
Yeah, I think it definitely complements the beer quite a bit. I think with gozas, this is so chewy. I think with gozas, anything that's going to be lemon, tropical, those kind of things are going to go really well with it. I think that the fruit chew over here would go pretty well as well.
Oh, you already ate your lemon chew. Is there any beer we should also try the lemon chew with? Or we'll go back to it, you mean?
You can come back to it. I would say the IPA would also go well with the lemon.
I'll try that now.
Yeah,
But
try that
maybe
now.
that's cheating. Maybe that's going ahead of the schedule.
I think if you look at the hop types, I think hops, you get kind of the tropical and the fruity and those kind of notes, and I think that you're going to get a really nice kind of enhancement of some of those tones with the fruitier, sour kind of candies.
You can try later, but I think the lemon just fizzled out the IPA.
Okay.
I don't really taste the IPA.
I would say don't try that with the sour and salt.
What?
The
licorice?
At least that one. I think salt licorice would be good, but this one makes it taste even more soapy.
Well, that's the salt licorice one.
Yeah, but it's not salty enough. You need something more salt boosted.
You need really salty liquor. You need the one with the crusty salt on the outside.
Yeah, like the Jungelbräu, as I said before.
Yeah, I can't do that. That's just disgusting.
But like for this is like more or less boosted, like the soapy flavor from this beer.
I don't know. I quite like it. I thought the licorice went really well with the goza.
Yeah, I've not tried the other one as well.
I think both of these are going to go really well. What do you think?
I'm not getting any like synergy at all, but it doesn't. There's nothing wrong with licorice plus sour beer, but there's nothing special about it. I kind of feel like it's two different flavors in my mouth, even if I like try to switch it around.
I think they complement each other pretty well. I think the licorice is really nice. I think the salt and the tartness of the goza play really well together.
Yeah, I would say I think the sweet licorice will be perfect with this coffee stout.
Yeah. I think The licorice and the chocolate are going to go really well with the coffee stout, whereas the chocolate and the goza just really isn't a great combination. What was that?
That is the so-called sugar banana.
It basically just tastes like sugar.
I want to try a sour patch.
Yeah, the lime one. So this would actually work. This is sour lemon.
Yeah. And I haven't found too many candies that are super sour in Sweden. Even by most standards, these are still
Have you tried patroner, the hard ones?
Mm-hmm.
They have a super sour version of that one.
Okay. I think it's pretty nice. It's chewy. A little bit of a sourness going on there.
Yeah, but it's too much of the same.
Yeah. I think it kind of fights the goza a little bit. Not my favorite. All right. So moving on.
So what do you think would work with the lager that you're now moving on to?
The lager, I think the licorice is going to go well. I think the jelly beans will go well. And I think that the three on the end there, the gummy fruit chews, the jelly beans, and I think that the banana abominations will go really well.
Yeah,
And maybe the Werthers. I think the Werthers might go well. The caramelly kind of butterscotchy kind of flavors.
Yeah, I'm going to be controversial. I think the lager will be very good with the dark poly.
Well, let's do it, man. All right, let's everybody pick something different.
I
And
dark poly.
I'll try a Werther's original. Chewy kinds, chewy edition. Yep. So I got this is the Rimmelav Summer Lager, which is my favorite beer of the. What did you get?
The center.
Oh, the center. Yeah.
Like the... Yeah, go ahead. Regarding
So the Rimmelav Summer Lager is, I think, my favorite beer they put out this year. I've had this thing like 4 or 5 times. I think it's a really good, solid lager. Got a lot of malty character, a lot of malty notes, pretty clean. So I think if you have things that are going to complement that, that's really good.
Yeah, that was like the caramel from the center, like that, and the lager, like this sweet maltiness, is like it just melts together into one really tasty thing.
After you said it, I tried it now, so I have the center lager.
Yeah.
And I think you're right.
The Werther's also goes really, really well with
Yeah, we have to do that.
that.
But yeah, I can totally agree. The Remola's lager is really good. But I also have to say, here in Malmö, we have been so spoiled for like the past year with good lagers overall. Like the Skånsk lager, this one. I say both Hilly and Remola, they have improved so much like for the past years with every single batch that comes out, and it just gets better and better and better.
Yeah, the jelly beans aren't bad. How do you guys feel about jelly beans? I know they're kind of a divisive candy. Either you love them or hate them, kind of.
To be honest, I'm not. In my regular life, I'm not that big a fan of sweet candies. And jelly beans, I think, are completely useless.
Oh.
But it'll be very fun to pair with beer.
I can say, for me, jelly beans, these regular Swedish ones, I think they're kind of bland and boring. But the English ones, that have like 500 types of flavor.
Yeah, the Jelly Belly kind of
Yes, the
style.
Jelly Belly ones.
Yeah.
Some there, I fucking love them. Especially like, what's called something like caramel banana or something.
Yeah.
Those I can eat a lot of, but I'm like Martin these days. I don't eat that much candy at all.
No, I don't eat candy at all, really. Usually what happens is my child will buy a bunch of candy, and then after it sits around for a few days, I'll be like, oh, candy doesn't sound too bad. And then I'll go and have a few pieces, and I'm like, yep, I'm good.
With me, like, I guess one thing is like chocolate or candy cravings like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And then I go down to the store and buy 2 or 3 big marbles. I eat half of those, and then it's left in the fridge for like 2 months.
Yeah. I think that the licorice and the lager go really well together.
Yeah, that was pretty. What?
I tried the regular licorice.
I need to try it. I tried the salty licorice.
How was that?
They're quite similar in taste, the two licorices.
Yeah, they're not. No. I think the regular one, the texture is not as is not as gummy as the salty one. The salty one is more of a rubbery kind.
The company Kolsvart in Malmö. They have some like lightly salted licorice fish,
Mm-hmm.
which are actually really, really, really good.
So for all the listeners, this is a local licorice maker that basically translates to charcoal black,
Yeah.
and they make some really good artisan craft licorice.
Well, I
Yes.
mean, in Sweden you can't have candy and not have licorice.
Exactly.
It's kind of synonymous.
It's the law.
Yeah, it is the law. And in fact, many people will talk about, well, if you're going to have, if you have salt licorice, you have it with your lager, and that's kind of a traditional pairing in Sweden. So I was like, well, I got to make sure we have at least some salt licorice. I thought this would be a little saltier than what it is, but yeah, it is what it is.
Everything pretty much pairs with the lager, except
Yeah.
the sour powdered candies. That's
Yeah, I don't think that goes very well. I think that'll go really. I think it's gonna go better with the IPA. Or again, it could just be like, well, maybe this isn't really a candy you want to have a beer to begin with. Yeah, I think the lager went pretty well with almost everything. I think it definitely paired better with the colas or the caramel flavors. The lager, the licorice was really good. And then I think just kind of your gummy candy jelly beans, which are kind of sugary, plays off those really well too.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll say for me the best pairing was the Werthers and the Center by far.
Yeah, the Werthers really kicked up the.
Yeah, it's like same scent like the caramel, like that and the malty sweetness. It's like melts together.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Next, we have the Steve Brigette's API
Hazy IPA.
Hazy IPA. It's a 5.9% hazy IPA, and I don't think we've had this on the show before, but it's been around for a while. I think it's probably one of their better commercial or mass-produced IPAs.
Yeah, they also had an imperial version of it a while back, which was actually really good
Yeah.
for the price.
Yeah, very light fruited, hoppy. Just overall, pretty good, solid.
Oh, I dove straight into pairings.
Yep.
So
I'll say
it does
Wonderful.
work with the licorice, the sweet licorice. It
Okay.
does.
And you said you didn't like it too much with the sour candy,
Was
the
that it?
IPA.
No, that was the
The lemon.
lemon didn't work with the IPA.
Really?
I'll say the sour candy takes over too much from taste. I don't get like any of the IPA when I have the lemon same in
I
mouth.
agree.
Yeah, it kind of flattens out. You're just more like busy water.
Yeah.
So far, the sour candy hasn't worked with any of the beers, really. The lager it worked the best with, but not. It didn't pop.
Yeah, I think the super sour candy is more of a, or the soured candy is more of an acquired position. But I think it makes the IPA more bitter, and kind of takes away the sweeter notes and the
Oh, it makes it a West Coast.
kind of, yeah, it makes it a little more West Coasty.
These ones make it taste like straight up tutti frutti.
The gummies.
Yeah.
Wow. So these fruit drop gummy things that are one of my favorite Swedish candies. Because they're just kind of super soft and chewy and really, really fruit flavored.
The center worked really well with the IPA. Center is just such a good.
No, that's Polly.
Yeah, I know. This is the next pairing.
Ah,
Yeah, Center is always an all-around good candy. You can't go wrong with your classic chocolate caramel.
You know, Pontus, I talk about the pairings after I tasted them, not before.
but you're sitting with a Polly in your hand and saying center. Like,
Yeah.
I got confused.
It was the I'm like a conveyor belt machine now, going taste,
He's Pac-Manning his way through this.
Yeah.
I wasn't crazy about the Center and the IPA. I think so far for me, it's the jelly beans and the chewy fruit drops.
Yeah, so the fruit roast is all out to the fruit taste.
Yeah, I think it really complements this particular style of IPA. Salt licorice is actually pretty good as well.
With the jelly beans, it's a good pairing, but it's 90% jelly bean flavor and 10% IPA flavor.
Yeah, I think that's. I think it's going to be the case with most IPAs and candy. Is
Yeah.
the IPAs are a little too subtle. Where, like, if you think about like the the lager, which is almost what you would call like flavor inert, where it's not really super flavorful, but it takes on the other flavors quite easily. I think the IPA has a distinct flavor, but when you try to meld it with anything else, it just doesn't really, you lose the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I would say, of the ones I've tried so far, the licorice screws are actually the best pairing with the IPA.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's
Because
salt licorice.
It's something that cuts off and gives it another
Yeah,
elevation.
yeah, it balances that out more. Oh, so what we're learning is if you're drinking and you want candy, licorice is really the way to go. It's going across everything.
And I think it's going to be the best pairing for last.
Yep. So last but not least, we have the Stig Baguette's Trouble Deep. It's a 12% stout made with coffee. It's kind of your basic run-of-the-mill stout. It's quite nice. Coffee flavors come through quite.
Just going to ask you, what was the name of the beer again?
Trouble Sleep?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
what is
heard you heard Trouble Deep.
Oh no,
Which
Trouble
is
Sleep.
some kind of pornographic movie. I'm imagining.
I mean, that's not what I don't know.
Because
Trouble Deep. That's more or less the life story of the character from The Boys.
he is called the Deep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some candies now. So Polly and coffee stout. Yeah, that works. What? What are you trying, Pontus?
The licorice screws taste more or less like they've been coated in booze. Yeah.
The center chocolate wasn't the best pairing with the coffee stout.
And I say, this wasn't either the best, but the aftertaste is just like boozy licorice in your mouth, which is, it's actually tasty. I like it.
Well, I like that combination.
Yeah.
So the Polly's pretty good. Right now I'm trying the Werther's Original. That's okay. I don't know if that's my favorite. I think it's a little too sweet. I think if we had a barley wine, I think that would go really well, much better with a barley wine.
Oh, this actually tastes like Swedish chokladbollar. If you take the poly, the light poly with the stout, it's like the aftertaste that comes in the end. It goes towards chocolate balls
Do you like to put chocolate balls in your mouth, Pontus?
all the time.
Nice.
Nice. The Virtus didn't really work with the.
No, I didn't care for that. Like, I think if it was a barley wine, I think the barley wine would work better with that. Licorice works pretty good. Oh, I don't think that's going to go well at all.
I'm gonna try sour candy.
Let's try that sour and lemon candy with the stout. Go for it, man.
It's like pastrami flavored ice cream.
Wow, it's actually really good.
Which one? The sour?
Yeah, it's sour. Like it comes like a dark shot with that like this huge sourness coming afterwards. Like this elevates in your mouth. Flavor explosion.
No, this reminds me of some flavor which is not good.
It reminds me of licorice and what's called lemon ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about the jelly beans either. So, licorice, poly go well together. You know, what'd be really good is they have these one poly that are gingerbread flavor.
Ooh.
Those are really good. I think that would go really well with the stout.
Yeah, I've also gonna win. You know the Kina puffar? The rice puffs covered in
Oh
chocolate?
yeah.
Those
I don't like those.
Don't?
No, don't think they're that good.
They're too racist.
They are a little racist. I'm not gonna lie. So it's rice. It's basically rice puffed rice, Rice Krispie kind of thing. It's covered in chocolate, and it's called Sheena or China.
Yeah, China puffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, China puffs.
And the pictures like this very stereotypical Asian man with
They
the.
removed that.
Okay.
Did they finally take that away?
Yeah.
That's good. They should really just rename it, honestly. All right, guys. So, how do we feel about this? What do you think about this little experiment of candies and chocolates and beer types?
I think I have diabetes now.
Yeah. Between the alcohol in the beers and the candies themselves. The headache should be quite monumental.
I say, it was a really fun thing to try because I haven't really done it with candy before.
Mm-hmm.
Me neither.
Like I usually always do adult snacks, like as said, Martin, his favorite pumpkin.
Yeah.
Those are classics from the 80s.
And like cheese, ham, and that kind of stuff. I'm used to that, but this is a really fun thing to try. And some combinations were actually really good.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I mean...
The gummies didn't work with the stout at all.
No, they didn't.
Or the banana because
I tried it, it's not good.
banana and stout always works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if the bananas were a better... Like if they had these things in the States called runts, which are really hard, chalky kind of fruit-flavored snacks. And so banana and I think there was like strawberry, raspberry, lime. But the banana ones are the most banana tasting candy I've ever had in my life. I think those would be really good. But these bananas are pure trash, despite their deceptive look of banana.
I think also the Swedish chocolate-covered foam bananas would be quite good with this.
I almost got some of those. I almost got some more of the marshmallowy skumtomte things, Swedish marshmallow Santas kind of stuff.
As Swedish as it can be.
I guess I should have gotten some of the bilar as well, the little cars.
Algren's bilar.
Those are the worst. I mean, I just hate them so much.
But Stefan, do you know they have a pulle with Algren's bilar inside?
It is disgusting. It is like chocolate covered bill, and they're like I don't even know. There's not really other than like a stale hard marshmallow.
That's the best. They're stale marshmallow candies.
Yeah.
They are 3 different colors.
They are
white, red, and
green.
So I'm sure it's supposed to be like pear, strawberry, but they all just taste the same. There's no
Do you
flavor
want to know a
difference.
secret?
What?
There are no differences in flavors. They are not flavored.
I didn't think they were because they didn't taste different. They all taste the same.
This is something you can challenge Swedish people to. Many Swedish people believe that they have 3 different tastes. So you should blind taste Ahlgren's cars because people will fail and they will be super mind blown.
Everybody knows red cars are the best.
Everyone does know that the red cars do taste the best, and that's true.
But that's only
because
suggestive.
we also taste with our eyes.
We do. They say you taste with your eyes first. All right, guys. I thank you for joining us for the 7th anniversary. This was a lot of fun. I hope it was a lot of fun to listen to, but probably not. Just a bunch there's a bunch of people smacking.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
This is called beer ASMR.
Yeah. People are either really enjoyed it or just completely disgusted by the sound of our smacking.
Why not both?
Could be. Somebody is listening to this episode with a newspaper draped strategically over their lap at this point. I'm sure.
They're scare-roused.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. We'll be back next episode and hopefully for many more years to come. So you can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you can find amazing podcasts, we'll be there as well. So until next time.
Keep eating candies, you dum-dums.